That's not good enough. Good morning. That's awesome. Welcome to our Blue Ribbon celebration. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the National Anthem. And now we're going to open up our ceremony with a special song by the ensemble called A Million Dreams. Great job. Seated. I was thinking about what I should say when I was driving in today. And one of the things that came to mind is, has anyone ever thought about winning the World Series or winning a Super Bowl or the World Cup? Well, in education, the equivalent is being recognized as the National Blue Ribbon School. And that's an incredible honor. It's the highest honor you can receive in education. So please give yourself a nice round of applause for this honor and achievement. This, if you want to call it a journey, it started a number of years ago. It just didn't happen last year. It didn't happen 2 years ago. It started probably, 15, 16 years ago with prior administrations and teachers that have since retired. And we currently have a number of retirees that showed up to show their support because this is such a special place. So I'd like to have retirees stand up and former teachers. Come on, stand up, Ms. Murison, Ms. Ada, for getting this started, this role. Ms. Sullivan, you stand up too. There you go. Thank you very much for supporting our school. The process for the Blue Ribbon started about a year ago this time, and our staff got together and compiled all the information that we needed for the application. And that information was submitted to a great team of writers that we had, Ms. Falavine, Mr. Casella, and Mrs. Higgins. They spent 60 or 80 hours just writing and honing the craft of putting this document together. And it's an incredible piece. And if hopefully we'll be distributing that and you'll get a chance to read it. They did an absolute incredible job, and I'd like to thank them for all the hard work and all the staff for that as well. In addition to that, though, it starts with a number of people. It's not just, one or two people to make it happen. It starts with having fantastic students, which we know we do, incredible parents, a super and incredible supportive Board of Education, an incredible PTO. They did an incredible job with the cafeteria. They pulled the shirts together. It really comes together with them. In addition, the county office is always very supportive of our school, and we greatly appreciate that. But, it all begins, and I say this at some of our faculty meetings, that you can take the programs we have, the computers that we have, all those types of things, and if you don't have a great staff, it doesn't mean a whole heck of anything. And our staff, I'll have to tell you, is probably one of the best around. I challenge anyone to say they have a better staff than we do at East Amwell. So at this time, what I would like to do is like to have all the staff stand up. Please stand. Don't be bashful. Stand up. The students, give them a nice round of applause. Wave your towels in appreciation for them. Wave your towels. There you go. Get them going a little bit. Thank you for everything that you do. You're absolutely incredible. You go the extra mile. I say that all the time. You go the extra mile. And we have a video that we're going to show that showcases this. And just a little bit about the video. Mr. Slosky and we pulled a team together to try to get the ceremony going. And, we spoke to Mr. Schuler, Mr. Colt, Mrs. Biley. If I'm leaving anyone out, I apologize. And we said we wanted a video. Well, in true East Amwell fashion, we just don't have a video. You're going to have something that you totally enjoy. The words to the song, it's an original song written by Miss Biley from the words that the students gave her. We just went the extra mile. You're going to be totally impressed. It's absolutely incredible. So, Mr. Shore, you want to play the video? It's 5 minutes long, but sit back, relax. It's incredible.
Teachers care about students' success and help us to achieve our goals.
We have one-on-one time with teachers.
East Amwell is a wonderful school with opportunities and amazing teachers willing to go the extra mile to push us to do our best.
Teachers make it so fun to come to school every day.
Cougars wear blue ribbon excellence, weaving a thread of kindness throughout our community, connecting us together in perfect harmony. Cougars wear blue ribbon excellence.
Teachers provide a great education with acceptance and kindness.
Students, teachers, staff, and PTO make East Amwell special.
Teachers are kind and understanding.
Cougars roar, respect others, accept responsibility.
Teachers and staff are always there for you, and you are supported from preschool through 8th grade.
Cougars wear blue ribbon excellence, working hard every day. That's the East Amwell Cougar way. Strong academics, special fun. Our school has something for everyone. Cougars wear blue ribbon excellence.
Staff, motivation, and student dedication make our school great. East Amwell is great because of the teachers, lessons, and fun activities we do every day.
We all work together. Teachers make normal learning fun and interesting.
Cougars wear blue ribbon excellence, clubs and sports and field trips, so many opportunities. Learning, growing, playing, teachers stretch our abilities. Cougars wear blue ribbon excellence.
East Amwell is a special place I'm happy to be attending. I know my parents made the right choice sending me to East Amwell rather than my local school. We are a community of students, teachers, staff, and parents who have worked hard to be the best we can be.
Cougars wear blue ribbon excellence, giving our best effort, reaching for the clouds. Congratulations, everyone. Cougars are so proud. Cougars wear blue ribbon excellence.
Congratulations to the teachers, students, staff, and parents of East Amwell School on receiving the 2018 National Blue Ribbon School of Excellence Award.
Cougars wear blue ribbon excellence. Roar!
Let's have a nice round of applause for our EATV crew to put this all together as well. Fantastic job. And now I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Mr. Slosky. Thank you. Those are the Cougar terrible towels. They're great towels. They're winning towels. I got to tell you, boys and girls, I don't know, you're probably wondering, is this really a big deal? Is this a big deal? I'll tell you what,
This is a big deal, all right? I looked it up, and there are 106,000 public schools in the whole United States. Now, that's not counting the parochial schools. 106,000 school districts. That could be wrong. That number could be low, but what I found was 106,000. And guess what? They picked only 300 schools in the entire United States to receive a blue ribbon. And we were one of those 300. So 300 out of 106,000. Guess what? This is a big deal. You guys are special. Boys and girls, stand up and clap for yourselves because this is about you. All right. I don't know if you saw in that video, but in one of the scenes in that video, the kids were running by, and I don't know whose room it was. Was it Mrs.? I don't know whose room it was. But anyway, they were slapping their hands on the wall, and it said, on the gym, okay, and it said, I did my best today. And that's what we ask. We want you to do your best. Every day, that's what you do. You do your best. You don't have to be straight A's all the time. You did your best, and that's what we talk about, doing our best every day. And for the parents and the dignitaries that are here, it's about our culture. And we try to set a culture in this school where the kids care, and they do their best, and they try their hardest. And the teachers do the same thing. So I want to thank you for that, because this isn't about me, and it's not about Mr. Cap. It's about everybody here. It's about our community, our support from the board, our support from the county, our support from the town. You know, there's no infighting here. At our board meetings, nobody's complaining. You know, everybody's trying to do the right thing for the school. And guess what? We get a blue ribbon for that, and that's why we did it. So I'm proud of all you, and thank you very much. I would like to acknowledge some people that are here today. First, from our county office, Mr. Juan Torres, Bill Poach, and Steve Goldman. Could you please stand? They're from our county office. That's my boss right there. They also represent the state. Juan, do you want to say Juan wants to say a few words, or do you want to wait till I introduce everybody? All right, let's do that. From the township, I don't want to miss anybody, and I can't see. I'm sorry, I'm an old guy. Mr. Rick Wolf, Pete Miller, and Dave Wang Iverson. Mr. Wolf is the deputy mayor. Could you guys stand up, please? They're representing our town, our township committee. And we have a great relationship with them, and we're happy about that. Our PTA executive committee is here, Mrs. Castellano, Ms. Thompson, Mr. Cervesta, Ms. DeCandia, Ms. Holtz, Ms. Ippoliti. Could you please stand up? There are board of directors for our PTA. You can thank them for your shirts and the balloons and the ice cream that's coming later. They work very, very hard for us. Thank you so much. And our board members that are here, Mr. Miles, Ms. Williard, Ms. McGee, Mr. Mills, Mrs. Krycherik, and Mrs. Kenyon. Our board members that are here, could you please stand? This is our board. Thank you. And kids, you might want to know, what does the Board of Education do? What do they do? You know, what they do is they let us do what we do. They make the decisions and say, hey, you can go do this. You can buy those computers. You can buy those books. You can hire that teacher. You can do this. You can do that. They give us the direction to do what we do. So you probably don't know them or know who they are or see them very often. But if it wasn't for a great Board of Education, we couldn't do the things that we do. So I personally am indebted to them. So thank you very much. Now I know Mr. Torres wants to come up from representing the state of New Jersey to just say a few words to you. So Juan Torres, could you please come up if you don't mind?
Congratulations, everyone. First off, the music was so moving. I think we should give those students another round of applause. And I had a very awkward moment a few minutes ago when we were applauding the teachers. I wanted to stand up and give them a standing ovation, but I didn't want to be confused for a teacher here. So could we give them a standing applause? Well done, well done. So, thank you for allowing me to speak this morning. I really appreciate it. Unfortunately, the commissioner is traveling out of state, and so he couldn't be here today. So, I hope I represent him well, and the entire state of New Jersey and Governor Murphy. All praise the work that's been done here, and it is a big, big deal. There were 300 schools nationwide selected, 49 parochial schools that were selected, and it's an arduous process that began over a year ago. And it does not happen without a commissioner's say-so and approval to go down to the Secretary of Education down in Washington, who, in her wisdom, selected East Amwell School out of all those schools. And they had to meet some very rigorous criteria that I have notes about. Would you like to learn about it, boys and girls? All right. No, I like you already. All righty. Is this a symbol for quiet? Fantastic. So not only do you have to have a great long track record, but you also have to have some very specific things within that track record. Among them, you have to hit all your academic targets on state assessments, including the 95% participation rate, which a few years back was a very big challenge across the state. And so kudos to all of you for even being in the game. You have to be in it to win it, folks. And one of our unique challenges here in Hunterdon County is that we have very, very small school districts. You had to have at least 10 valid test scores per grade level in order to be in the running. And so that's one of the things that makes this place so special here in the county. You have to have a clean track record. In fact, I got a phone call not too long ago asking, is there anything that we don't know about East Amwell School? And I said, no, you have everything you need to know. They're fantastic. And so feel free to move forward. It was very difficult for me to keep that secret to myself. I wanted to jump for joy for you all. And so you were nominated by our commissioner. At that time, it was Kimberly Harrington, who is no longer with the department. And of course, we now have a new commissioner. But he feels just as I do that this is a wonderful, wonderful place to be. And I came to the county about 4 years ago. And my first introduction to the East Amwell School was your superintendent. And I can tell you that I've heard a lot about your great teachers here today already. I've heard a lot about your great staff, and they truly are. I've heard a lot about your great kids, and they're fantastic, no doubt about it. But I'd like to spend a few minutes just talking about your leadership in the district. Contrary to what Ed just said, I'm not his boss. That's actually the school board, and they do a fantastic job. But one of the things that I'd like to say about Ed is that he's one of our longest serving superintendents. He may be the longest, but I don't want to say that because I know it makes him uncomfortable. He is a mentor to all superintendents in this county, either officially or unofficially, formally or informally. At some point, all roads lead to Ed, and I always recommend new superintendents speak to Ed. He's been around, he knows what he's doing, and he's survived. In this day and age, I know, it's amazing. In this day and age, we see superintendents come and go from district to district. They're hopping around either by choice or by force, sadly, for some. And his humility is just above par. When I said congratulations to Ed about this very distinct honor, he did not want to take any credit for himself at that very moment. His words were, "It's about the team." That speaks volumes about the kind of man and kind of leadership that exists here in East Amwell School. And let's talk about the team. Your other leader, John Capuano. Hopefully you don't take offense to this, but you feel like Ed Stolowski's shadow. Wherever Ed is, so is John. Whatever initiatives they're working on, so is John. Truly a collaboration, and that is unique. As Ed knows, sometimes it's very difficult in a district when you have people who are in opposition to each other. That kind of teamwork makes a huge difference in the kind of recognition you're getting today. And of course, it springs forth from the board, who I met some of your members down at school board's convention. The fact that you were there speaks volumes about the kind of leadership that is happening here. There are a number of school board members who don't make it to that convention. Aside from all the fun parties that are there are a great deal of workshops that actually help you become better board members, to understand your role as policymakers and evaluators of your superintendent. And there's a saying among us superintendents, the board that hires you is not the one that fires you. But I guarantee that there have been a lot of members of this board, past and present, those that hired John and hired Ed are probably no longer around, but the ones that are recognize when you have a true leader and a true good human being at the helm. And so I'm going to wrap up by saying that the very first thing that Ed said to me in our conversations is that he had choices. He had places he could go. There were offers, always. There are always offers. They're always looking for bright, talented superintendents in other places. But he said to me, the reason I stay is because I know I've got a good thing. You've got a good thing here in East Amwell. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to you, Ed and John, the whole staff. I played very little role in this other than that little bit where I said they're good to go. So this is your day, everyone. This is the Students' Day. By the way, fantastic students. I almost forgot. I brought some visual aids. Every year I come back for Read Across America. Here I am last year reading to the students, probably from one of my favorite books. Here I am the previous year. I always have to remember not to wear the same suit. Difficult. I have so few. Oh, there's one more in there. Here I am again with some of the students who I saw in the video. Every time I come back, the students are escorting me in. Everyone as polite as can be, from the secretaries who are so warm and greeting me at the door, to the custodians who help me find my way and keep this place in ship shape and running smoothly. Just 100% effort by all here. And again, I wish you congratulations, and that's my speech. Thank you.
Thanks, Juan, for the kind words. When I say we are, you say East Amwell, okay? We are. We are. We are. Great. Sounds super. Would you like to say something? Come on up. We're going to bring up Mr. Wolf, our deputy mayor, who, I don't know what he's going to say, but he's going to say, we really appreciate him coming out representing the township and to say a few words to you.
Mrs. Castellano asked me if I'd like to say a few words, and she kept emphasizing few. I'm going to try to stick to that. It's a pleasure to be here today. There are a lot of things that are great about East Amwell Township. We're in the middle of one today. This school clearly is a crown jewel of the township. Hats off to the staff, to the volunteers, the parents, the administrators, but most importantly, the students. There are many things, as I said, that make this township great. This school is clearly one of them. Congratulations to all of you, and onward and upward. The future of this township, the future of New Jersey, the future of the country, looking around, it's very bright. congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. We are. All right, I'm going to bring up Mr. Capuano for one more minute. He's going to tell you all the neat things that are going to happen for the rest of the day, and then you get to go back and guess what? Learn stuff.
Okay, before we get to that, real quick, I'd like to bring up all the members of the Board of Education. Come on up here. We just would like to present the Board of Education with a flag that we're going to hang proudly over our school. We also received this beautiful plaque from Betsy DeVos, which reads, "In recognition of East Amwell Township School, Ringgoes, New Jersey, for exemplary, high-performing National Blue Ribbon School 2018." Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Board of Education, I would like to extend our congratulations also to this seminal day for all of you. Everybody in this district has done a wonderful job making this happen. I'd also like to say, as Mr. Capuano said, this process probably started 12 to 15 years ago. There is no actual starting point, just as things started getting better and better, people worked harder and harder. You all did better and better on class scores, doing your best to do your best each day. It also started with board members who are no longer here. Some of them have passed on, some of them have just moved out of the state, but I would like to make an acknowledgement that this was started under them as well. And they did a wonderful job in planning and helping to direct things the way they are now. And for that, thank you very much, everybody. This is wonderful. I can't be prouder than anything.
Okay, boys and girls, thank you very much for being so patient. Today, it's not over yet. Mashio's Food Service is providing lunch for every one of us. We have hoagies, cupcakes, ice cream from the PTO, and a number of fantastic things that are going to happen today. Give yourself a nice round of applause one more time for being a National Blue Ribbon School. Congratulations, we're so proud of you. And then the dignitaries and so forth, we're going to go back to the cafeteria briefly to have a little breakfast. All right, thank you very much, boys and girls. We're going to start, all the other kids in the bleachers, please remain seated, and we're going to start with the preschool and the kindergartners going out the far door. You can wave your towels proudly also as you leave.
All the retired teachers and all our dignitaries will meet you in the cafeteria for breakfast. If you can't stay, you're going to have to take a doggy bag, so you got to stop in, all right?